Hey, so it's 7Envy here, and I'm bringing you my third vlog. Unlike the other vlogs where you just stare at boring pictures, I actually have some footage, and I'll be talking about Aatrox in this patch. So this is going to be more like a first impressions of Aatrox. I just bought him because I have tons of IP laying around. I'm not going to go into that, but he's a pretty neat champion. So his spells, his passive is, for one thing, it's pretty much the better version of Zack's passive. It pretty much gives him a god mode, and it heals him up. It's pretty much a free GA. And also, in lane, he has amazing sustain. People compare him to Irelia and Vladimir, which is true. You kind of have to all in them, or they're just going to heal back up. So here, I'm facing an Aatrox, a mirror matchup, and being the asshole I am, I started with Fort Pot, and this Aatrox started with Doran's Blade. And Evelyn, I don't know what she's doing. Level 2 ganking, come on man. But yeah, I'm going to talk more about Aatrox's kit. I won't be going too much in detail about the game. I'll just be rambling about Aatrox's kit and just seeing what's up. So, his W gives him amazing sustain, and it gives him lots of damage, at the cost of his health, of course. And his E, which is the thing that the other Aatrox used, is a pretty neat, slow, just typical damaging ability. And here, I just like at last hitting. But yeah. Aatrox is actually pretty powerful when it comes to dueling, because he has a lot of healing and a lot of damage. And it's kind of neat how I like the mechanic of W, how you can change it mid-attack, and how it's kind of both an offensive and defensive thing. So here, I don't know what this Aatrox is doing. Actually, he's trying to kill me, but I bought Fort Pot, and like, I kind of bait him into my minions. So he's like trying to fight me minions, I stun him, I get that, I'm like, shit, he has passive. Anyways, so I just run away, and I really don't know what he's doing. He's just farming, and I just come here and kill him. So Aatrox, I didn't have to pop my passive. Like, I don't know, he didn't notice I had Fort Pot or something. And plus, Evelyn ganked. But anyways, Aatrox's kit is pretty neat. As you can see, his passive is amazing for baiting and whatnot. And as you can see, the sustain, it's amazing. Although I chugged a couple of potions, I pretty much got back to like a reasonable health after being extremely low. And Aatrox is pretty good at pushing as well with his E. It gives pretty good wave clear. It doesn't really one-shot the minion wave, but it helps wave clear when you need to. And so Aatrox, he's kind of snowbally-ish, because once he starts to get going in lane, it's kind of really hard to outduel him. He just heals and does so much damage. As you can see, this Aatrox thought he could 1v1 me, but he can't. But Aatrox is a pretty strong sustained fighter. Like, if you leave Aatrox alone to pretty much 1v1 in a team fight, I'm pretty sure he would come on top. Unless the enemy's like extremely fed. But yeah, Aatrox is a pretty strong champion, I'm not gonna lie. He has that CC, the gap closer, the slow, and an ultimate that actually helps him in team fights and isn't completely useless. And here, I don't know. This Aatrox was actually talking shit. Because earlier this game he was like, yeah, this is not even a blog, but I'm just gonna keep on ranting. This Aatrox is like, yo man, I dodged like 3 games, and I finally get Aatrox, and it's a mirror matchup, WTF. And I'm just like, well, it kind of is on release Aatrox. You kind of are gonna expect a mirror matchup. So, him being the whiny little bitch, I think he deserves to get some ass whooping with this Aatrox. So here I'm getting the blue buff. And Aatrox, he does a notable amount of damage with his W. And what did I max here? I see Evelyn in here. I did max my E, just to get damage. I got some W. And here's my passive at its finest. And here's Aatrox being the OP son of a bitch he is. And they can't 2v1 me, because 2 level 4s, nah man. And I just heal that all up. It's really neat, because Aatrox has a very clutch passive in forms of his W. And this Karthus thought he could get me, but nah. But going back to what I was talking about, his Bloodthirst is actually a pretty neat mechanic, because when you're below half health, you actually start healing twice the amount of what you would normally heal. So, and it also it scales with AD, so you don't have to like stack AP like AP Jinzhao when he has to heal every 3rd strike. You can just stack AD and you can either nuke for tons of damage at your third strike, or you could just end up healing. Like Aatrox, man. Like, he can do so many plays, because I know my passive's up right now, and I'm like, yo, this TF, he's dead. It doesn't matter, like, I can fuck up as much as I want, we're still gonna get this TF. So, like, I don't even knock him up. Like, I don't even do damage, but just the fact that I'm tanking turret, and that I have my passive, it's just, I don't know, it's such a strong component of Aatrox. It's gonna take a lot of getting used to, because I have a feeling the League community, they're gonna bitch about this a lot. The noobs are gonna get like baited by this passive, and they're like, oh my god, this champion is OP, but you always gotta keep that in the back of your head, that Aatrox does have a god mode, and he is gonna go heal. And Aatrox like wrecks everyone in team fights. So like this Volibear, he tries to fight me. I'm just doing all this damage before he even hits the Teemo Shroom. And, like, he's dead. And like this MF, you think she can live, and now like she's dead. And this Jarvan thinks he can live, and now like he's dead. And I haven't even popped my passive yet, keep this in mind. And I flash for this, and she does exhaust me, but I'm still faster than her, like what the hell? And then I just kill her, and like, I don't know, I still have my passive, I still get hit by that, but look at the sustain. Like, come on, man. Also, Aatrox is pretty good, because he can initiate for your team, and he has a lot of sustained damage in team fights. So here, they engage on us, so I just try to kill their carries as soon as possible. And Aatrox is sort of a hyper carry with his ultimate, with that extra attack speed and range. Because, like, Riven is more like a burst carry, whereas Aatrox is more of a sustained carry. Because Aatrox gets that extra attack range, which actually helps a lot of melee carries. Because a lot of melee carries suffer that gap closing range thing, because Master Yi, you can only go in once, and then Tryndamere, he gets kited a lot, but I feel as if the extra range on Aatrox helps him a lot. And here, it just shows how much damage Aatrox can do, and you can build fairly tanky. What I've found with Aatrox is that I like getting the Bork, because he synergizes well with attack speed, and I also like Visage, because it gives you the MR, and it gives you the extra healing, which synergizes really well with your W. So this is probably my second game with Aatrox, and after that first game with Fort Pod, I really like using it for like baiting and whatnot, because you can just pop Fort Pod, you have your passive, and then pretty much win in every trade. So this video kind of shows how much Aatrox can bully in lane. It's kind of like Jax. If anyone plays Jax, after they hit level 6, you hit the minions twice, and then you like leap strike and then empower your Relentless Assault, and it just does a whole bunch of burst damage. So here, like, Aatrox can trade for days, man. He can just take some harass, get healed back up, and then poke. So here I hit level 2 before him. I'm gonna try and fight him, and notice how I use my W, and then I kill him. And the thing with Aatrox's passive is I didn't pop it because I wasn't balls deep enough. But as you can see, Aatrox, I pretty much healed it. You all saw me at like 200 HP. I popped like a potion, and now I'm practically at full HP. But here, I'm just poking this Volibear, and he's bound to die, man. Because I have my passive. Like, he's not gonna die. I tried to bait him with the aggro, so the minions did aggro on him, but he doesn't, so got fed up and decided to kill him. So here, my passive, OP. I turn invulnerable, turret stops going for me, I get a free kill. As straight as that. And his passive is a pretty short cooldown. It's about 3.5 minutes, so it's pretty strong. I really like it, because you can make so many plays and bait so many people with it. Because I've been doing a lot of tower diving on Twisted Tree Line, or like risky plays, just because that passive, man, it's like a Zillion ult, except you don't have Zillion on your team. And with Aatrox, once he has the lead, it's kind of hard to lose it, because unless you're getting camped like 24/7 with ganks, but it's really hard to lose the lead with Aatrox, because you can just keep on going in for endless harass, and then healing up countless numbers just by auto-attacking minions. It's extremely strong. And here, I just died the Volibear because Aatrox, man, so much damage from his W. I've also been playing Aatrox and Twisted Treeline, and he's ridiculously strong. Like, if you were to ask anyone, I'm pretty sure they would tell you that Aatrox is probably OP on this map, because he is. Like, he has tons of damage, sustain, and his passive, it baits people so hard. Because as you can see, this Jarvan probably died because the Lee Sin and them they overcommitted. And I have my passive. I just bait everyone. It's so strong. It gives you so much early game safety to the point where you don't really care if you lose a duel by like 100 HP, because you can just have your teammates come and then have your passive do the baitings and outsmartings. And yeah. And pro tip here, guys, if you have a ranged AD carry, tell them to start auto attacking the wolves while they cap while you're tanking them. And what else to complement tons of sustain with free Valma? Although Draven could probably solo it, Aatrox is really good at tanking Valma, because once he hits below half HP, he can pretty much tank Valma for days. He just puts on his healing passive, because right now, I was using my offensive stance to do damage to Valma, then I went back to my healing stance and I barely took any damage. Like, I don't even have items too. I only have a Wriggles and this Cutlass. So I only have about 22% lifesteal, I think. Oh, 27% lifesteal, but no biggie. Actually, that was with my Bork, but yeah, I would have had like 25% lifesteal or something. But anyways, just Aatrox, man. He's crazy on this map. Like, I think he's ban worthy, and he's pretty good in the jungle too. He has that double CC, like, I don't know. I start off with his E, and then I go with his Q for Aatrox, and I have 2 CC ability, so I can land quite efficient ganks. Although I might not be able to duel people, because I don't have my W yet, but once hit level 3, I should win the majority of the duels. And here we see this Lee Sin, and there's 3 people. You think I'm gonna die, right? Nah, man. Like, these people aren't that bad at 3s anyways. Like, they have a challenger team. But you think I'm gonna die, but notice how I'm playing so aggressively. The reason why is because I know my Gragas is coming, and I have my passive. So, a lot of people don't know Aatrox at the moment. Like, if that was me, I would be like, shit, man, no, this Aatrox probably has his passive. Why is he playing so recklessly? And here this Diana, she thinks she can kill me, man. Then she just flashes, get that OP gap closer, and then get the kill. So yeah, this is Aatrox in a nutshell, pretty much. He baits with his passive like a bitch. He heals like a bitch. Does damage like a bitch. He's pretty much a bitch in Twisted Treeline, because there aren't really 5 people to focus him down. There's only 3 other people, and one of them is most likely a bruiser tank in the jungle. And if you do get focused, oh, god damn, you got focused. Time to pop your passive and come back and kill everyone. Like, shit, man, Aatrox he's really strong. Because it's not like he's Master Yi. Because Master Yi honestly gives 0 utility. Like, Master Yi, he does damage, but he can't really help your allies. Because Aatrox, you can build him as a bruiser if you want. A tanky, life-stealing bruiser. You have that slow, you have that sustained damage with your W, and you also have that knock-up for engaging. But, yeah. Aatrox, I think he's a strong champion. He's probably going to be played a lot in 3s. He's probably going to be banned a lot in 3s, for the most part. Because, let's look at his kit, man. His kit screams really strong. I don't want to say overpowered, but because, I don't know. Anyways, this is more of a random blog than a directed blog, but this is more or less my first impressions of Aatrox, and how, yeah, I'm going to say, he's pretty OP. I have to admit it. Like, he does so much damage. But yeah, I'm probably just going to end this clip soon, because I know this Jarvan's going to jump in. It's pretty funny, because Aatrox, he goes so ham, man. And, you know, you see, yeah. Anyways, thanks for listening. I just jumbled random stuff, and I think I'm gonna die here, but it's alright, because let's end on a high note, even though I died. Anyways.